and that because the government controls the church, it keeps the population under control, and the different families of Mexico control the government, which controlled so it's been, it's a weird little influence upon influence of things. That's something else. Yeah. By the way, I live next to the border. People who wonder about why do Mexicans come here? Because they live in a corrupt country. They want to live where it's not corrupt. They want to live where it's clean streets, and they can sleep at night. They don't have to worry about locking, bolting themselves, bunkering down in their home at night. You're worried that somebody's going to break in and rob them or do something to them. They don't have to fear the cops even. It's cops down there give them a beating or throw them in jail, and they don't feed you in jail down there, by the way, in some places. It's just you don't want to go to jail in Mexico. That's what I'm saying. And why do you do that? Well, how do you keep control of society? How do you keep society organized? And especially when society is so chaotic, you have a bit more. You kind of hand power over to the group of people who are less reputable, and so you got to bribe cops a lot too. So that's the other aspect they don't like. That you kind of got in some cases you got some bullying or paid off cops, and they just don't like that. They like a place where you don't have paid off cops. There's some places like that. Oh my God, they just had a lockdown in Tijuana. They took all the guns away from the cops to test them for ballistics. All the guns away. They like, look, we've had some murders, and we think they were done by cops. We need to do some ballistics checks. So they did that, and they had to put the federales, the federal troops there to basically be the gun law. Because there's some corrupt cops, but also there's a lot of good cops. Because even in Mexico, it's people. There's some people they want to be heroes. That's probably why luchadores is the thing. But no, it's like people want to do good. People want to help society. They help out their fellow man, look out for their fellow man. So it doesn't. That's the thing. I think a lot of people don't understand. Like, why do people not like Americans? It's like, well, because Americans, and this is just my opinion. I think when we go to other countries, and you can see this, especially with Borat, people are arrogant. And they're arrogant towards foreigners and people who aren't American. And it's like, because they think that we're better, that they, as Americans, are better than other people. Like, there's sophisticated people all over the world. There are people, way more intelligent and sophisticated than I could ever be. And they come from a third world country. On top of that. And it's just like, it's just they had access to wealth, they had access to a certain, social elite of people. And that's how... that's how they're able to, to live these lives, and really, and also part of it is that they can interact with you because they like American society, like the way American society is organized. It's very egalitarian. Anybody can approach anybody. So that's something else. Is that regardless of the language that you speak, you can approach anybody. You can approach an actor. You can approach a intelligent, uber smart brain guy who writes books. And still talk to that person. And, because you have to have specialized people who have their own specialized language. And that's, so, I think that's one of the things they hinted at in Blade Runner about street speak. That's something else that a lot of sci-fi writers, they talk about, is the language of the modern day, or the future day. And they think that, there's going to be a lot of words which we're just not going to recognize, and that's just going to be the evolution of language. So, and you hear it now because they say Google and Wikipedia, or Wiki it, and because those are new sources of information, which are entering the English lexicon, and how people interact with each other. So, like I said, kind of like a professor in some ways. Sorry, I was talking about Who Wants to Be a Superhero. You're probably like, I don't care anymore, Sky. I've already turned you off. Anyways, so a group of people gather together, stressful situation. What do they normally do? Well, they kind of size each other up. They're real quiet, they're real timid in a lot of cases. They're real defensive. And there's a bit of adrenaline, because some people are nervous. So it's just that, whatever that chemical hormone is. So you're nervous, and it's understandable, because, hey, it's a unique situation, and a challenge. And will I be able to live up to the challenge? Everybody got there, and I think this guy who's like behind me, I think he did it as well. He almost kind of shut his eyes, but he got real focused. He's kind of a flighty guy, but, I'm like that too, I think, and put the camera in front of me, and I can hopefully, but I can nail it. I can just say, hey, this is what's going on here, this is what I think is happening, and give a logical train of thought, which I hope people can engage in. And that's what the kid was doing, but it's gave me another tangent thought. Sorry about that. So anyway, I consider myself like a philosopher, but also like an artist and a poet. I know, weird to think about, but something else to realize is that you live vicariously. You live through other people's stories. So if I can use my stories of my life to illuminate, your life, or really, this is something else to consider, is that if you're interested in becoming or attempting it, and you're just like, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to expect. Well, yeah, and this is in some way will give you encouragement. So I'm hoping that me posting all these videos is giving anybody else out there encouragement to do Who Wants to Be a Superhero. Because I wasn't sure about it, and I was like, wow, I was surprised. It was exciting. It was pretty neat. And it's so hard to play it straight. God, I did want to act. I wanted to do a flourish. I wanted to just but anyways. All right. Whew. All right. So there's some good guys there. I hope some of them get on the show. It'd be really neat to see them and have them tell their stories and just see how they can do things. So, but unfortunately, it's also neat to laugh at them. So sadly. So I'm kind of curious if they're smart enough to realize, well, let's put some really flamboyant, characters into this crowd, who we know can't make it, or we know but we'll keep them around anyway because they're funny and interesting. So, and I don't blame them for that either. But because you saw what happened. It just became a real cry fest when they got rid of the last spunky person. Everybody's just real serious. They're really emotionally involved in it. So. And I mean, it's sad to watch that. It's like, God, I don't want to see these people who are so super. I mean, and frankly, that's it. That's the other thing. That these people, they're living the dream. They're being super. They are interacting. They are, they're taking on the role. They're acting it out. You get to be an actor in your own real life movie, and you just get to approach life like that. And it's a real neat aspect. And I think that's something else, was that all these guys approached everybody else in that way. And I think that's part of what it was too, is that they may have been either practicing, or they may have expected that one of these other contestants is a plant. So neat thing, because Stan the Man Lee. Actually, there would be a genius way to actually audition these people. Just have somebody who just interact, this is real friendly. In fact, I have a couple of people that are just real friendly, just totally interacts with everybody, and they don't cover their face, and it's like, they're all cool with it, and you realize, hey, this guy was here, this guy, wait a minute, this is the same guy? Was this the same groups? Anyways, so that'd be kind of neat. But I think also, you start picking out, realizing, hey, well, what's this guy doing? Maybe we can get him, or drag him along and get him to be our little resident guy. So, hey, if anything, Sci Fi TV. So, by the way, Sci Fi TV, I need a job. That's what I would also like to do. I could go for a job right now. Actually, and it's something, nice and helpful. I feel I'm creative. I'd be a good addition to the show. So, yes, I am going to plug myself, because why not? So, I don't even know if you guys are watching this. So, I don't know who's watching this. I'm hoping that the stuff I did, by the way, I probably should get off since I'm in the surface streets. The parts I did where, I hope that's not a fire. That's a big, barbecue, that's right, Super Bowl. Anyways, well, I will talk later. Bye-bye.